Hello again. If you didn't see part one of this little series, then I'll just remind you I'm recording this for two different platforms. So if I'm looking over here, don't worry about it. I'll look over here in just a moment. I'm kind of treating it like a live audience where you would like scan the audience. But I am doing a series of basically step-by-step tutorials for makeup application. I'm going to title them accordingly, so you don't have to watch them all in a series, but you certainly can. I just did a little info series. It wasn't really a tutorial, but it was more informational about primer and how to use that um, with your cosmetics. Sorry, lost my train of thought. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do my face now, and I'm just gonna take off my rings real quick because I don't like to get makeup on my rings. So I have Touch Glorious Face Primer that I'm going to put on before my makeup. This helps even out your skin, so any fine lines, any wrinkles, any large pores. I was just talking about the large pores on my nose in the last video. Your primer is basically going to fill those in to provide a smooth and even surface for your foundation to sit on. But not only, I don't even like to use the word sit on because primer is also going to grab hold of your foundation to help make it last longer. So literally when I put this on with my makeup every day, I work, if y'all know me in real life, I work probably 12 hours a day. And at the end of that day, my makeup looks exactly the same as when I started. So it definitely makes a difference. And that's about all I use. I use a little teeny line and then just spread it all over my face and my neck because I always put makeup on my neck too. So, in the last video, I also talked about a couple of my friends reaching out and saying like, hey, my foundation isn't lasting as long as I thought it would, which really made me nervous because my liquid foundation, so it comes in this bottle. This usually lasts me a good sorry, I'm trying to be in both video cameras. This usually lasts me about 8 to 12 months. So if it's not lasting you that long, you're using too much of it. And likely you could do one of two things. A, just use less of it. But B, I highly recommend you start using primer underneath because then you're going to need less of it for it to stay all day. I personally use our foundation brush to apply it. It is literally my favorite makeup tool that we have, and if you bought any single makeup tool from Unique, I would say let it be the foundation brush. It's flat, it's dense. Sorry, I just kind of screwed it up by messing with it. It's flat, it's dense. It's got a little divot hole in it, which I absolutely love because some days I need to like mix colors to make sure I have the right color for my skin tone. So sometimes I'll throw concealer in the middle, or if I'm a little tanner for like the season, I'll throw my BB cream in the middle and I'll mix it in with my normal foundation color. And that way I'm always like the right shade without having to buy 4 different foundations for each season. So here is what I do. It comes out in this little dropper, which is really cool. I'm just wiping some of the excess off so it doesn't lose any. And I do about 6 drops, like religiously. But when I say drops, I'm talking like barely anything. I probably have only used a quarter of this dropper. I'm gonna put a little bit more now that I can actually see it. But I do about 6 drops. I don't even use an entire dropper. So I would say, if anything, on a bad day, I'm using half of that dropper. So you shouldn't need a lot, and half of the reason I can get away with so little makeup is because of my primer. So I'll just do like the dot thing around my face and then start blending it in. This foundation, y'all, is literally the best foundation I've ever used too. And I don't say that because I represent Unique. Like, honestly, it sounds cliche, but I represent Unique because I believe so much in their products. I started using Unique oh man, like early 2016, and I just recently started representing them on this side. I wasn't really in a position to do that before, time wise, with two little babies. I mean, you know, I certainly, if I was a stay at home mom, I probably would have had more time and I would have absolutely joined sooner. But since I'm not able to be a stay at home mom, I waited a little bit of time. But I initially bought this kit of a foundation brush, a primer, a foundation. Y'all, I didn't even plan this. Stop it. And a concealer. It was called like the Flawless Four. That was that was it, y'all. Like I bought these four products and I've been hooked ever since. So you can see my foundation is super even. It's there's not like you can't see my pores sticking out of it. And I have to tell you, it is the most lightweight foundation I've ever used. I used all the drugstore brands. I tried Sephora. I was not happy. I actually never have tried Ulta, but I've tried a couple out of like the Ipsy bag thing. Nothing sits on your face like this. Sorry, I don't mean to shake that camera. It's just different. It's just different than anything you'll ever try before. I have Mary Kay girls that come to me to get foundation and mascara because they like them better than Mary Kay, which is fine, right? Like maybe somebody likes eyeshadow from Mary Kay better, but I have to tell you, we have the best foundation and we have the best mascara, hands down. So, anyways, I'm getting off topic. Here's my foundation. Use primer. It's a crime not to prime. See you later.